Hello YouTube, it's your boy Josh FX. Welcome back to another great YouTube video. So guys, we're continuing the series Trade With Me series, and I've managed to get a setup today on Friday, that is on Friday 14th August, during New York session. Yeah, it's a beautiful setup, so I'm going to show you. So without wasting time guys, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and let's hop into the chart. The chart of gold, whatever chart we'll be seeing on this series guys, it's just the chart of gold. So we are on the 3 minutes time frame. So the way I was able to catch this trade today, it's mainly through market structure. Yeah, so I'm going to show you on how I did it. So it is simply market structure. If you have never been able to understood market structure, this is the best video for you. Full analysis of market structure and how I was able to catch this beautiful trade today. So right here at this particular point, at exactly the at exactly 15, that is, we had our first higher high, and you know that when you have a first higher high, then the market creates our first higher low. You see, we are on an uptrend, so the market is usually creates higher highs and higher lows. So this is our first higher high, this is our first higher low. Then it came and created our second high at that particular point. So when our first higher high gets broken, price comes now and creates our second higher high, then it comes and drops and now creates our second higher low. So we have that sequence of first higher high, first higher low, second higher high, and second higher low, because the market is on an uptrend. That's what market structure is. Then price came now, created our third higher high. Now when price created our third higher high, now I knew that we should have a little bit of retracement before price now continuing to go upwards. You see, so I looked for the area whereby we shall have a large concentration of buyers that is found in between our third higher high and our second higher low, so that it can create our third higher low, so that price can push upwards. So that is going to be my entry point. You see, so the entry point, that is, I usually call it the liquidity point, is usually found in between our third higher high and second higher low. In this case, once price had already created our third higher high at that particular point, I already knew now my second step is for me now for my area of liquidity, whereby when price retraces back, then we can look for the buy. And now I used my tactic whereby we usually call it the first touch. So it was easy. So this one was our first touch at this particular point, whereby we having this price breaking this area of resistance, then the first touch right there, that we usually call it the first touch. So whenever we have this first touch and when price comes and forms a third higher high, I already knew that when price comes back to this particular point, then price will be forced to shoot up, to go upwards. And you see, and so price, as you can see, price came back, retraced at that particular point, and then price bought at that particular point. You see, so a beautiful trade of how many pips? Of 168 pips. So that was a very clean setup. So I can show you how market structure usually is. I can use this diagram. We can usually have higher high, our first higher high, then we have our first higher low, then we have our second higher high, then we have our second higher low, then we have our third higher high, then third higher low, then price continues. In market structure, always ensure that your second higher low should never break your first higher low. Your third higher low should never break your second higher low. You see, but your third higher low can break your second higher high. Your second higher low can break your first higher low, but our second higher low can never break our first higher low. So when the market creates your third higher high, you already know that we can have a little bit of retracement before price going upwards, because the market is on an uptrend. So you already look for the first touch at that particular point. When market creates higher high, this is where you're going to look for your entry. So that's how I was able to catch this trade today, guys. That beautiful trade today. So that's how it was right there. 168 pips banked easy. First higher high, first higher low, second higher high, second higher low, third higher high. Then I identified the area of liquidity point, whereby when price comes back to that particular point, price is going to shoot upwards, so that it can be able to create our fourth higher high. So that's how I was able to take a particular trade from that particular point. So guys, if you want to understand my trading strategy from deep inside, as you can see, I've been documenting the series, the trades I've been taking, and you can see they have been fantastic and have been performing very well. This is gold. Many people are stressing. Many people can't even trade gold, but I'm here killing gold. If you want to learn my trading strategy, just DM me. You'll get this. This is just a textbook setup. you'll understand on how I was able to come up with the first touch, on how we were able to identify the rules, the entry points, entry confirmations, and everything. Just hit my DM. So today was a beautiful day. If you want to subscribe to this YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe, and see you in the next video.